Hey there K-pop enthusiasts, and welcome back to our channel. I hope you're ready for a lively discussion because today we're diving deep into the world of K-pop, specifically the much debated topic of the third generation. Is it the best generation of K-pop ever? That's the big question we'll be tackling today. Let's get the conversation started. Alright, let's kick things off by taking a stroll down memory lane. The third generation of K-pop, which roughly spans from 2012 to 2019, witnessed the emergence of some of the most iconic groups in the industry. We're talking about names like EXO, BTS, Blackpink, Red Velvet, and more. These groups not only took the Korean music scene by storm, but also made waves globally. In the world of K-pop's third generation, several iconic male groups have made their mark. Some of the most famous male representatives from this era include EXO, BTS, GOT7, Monsta X, 17, NCT, Winner, iKON, Wannabe. The most famous girl groups from that time are Red Velvet, Twice, Blackpink, Mamamoo, Gfriend, Omai걸. These groups have not only achieved tremendous success in South Korea, but have also made a significant impact on the global K-pop scene. Each of them has its unique style, musicality, and fan base, contributing to the overall diversity and popularity of K-pop during the third generation. When it comes to K-pop generations, there's often a lively debate about when they actually begin and end. For the third generation, the consensus generally points to 2012 with the debut of EXO under SM Entertainment. However, it gets a bit fuzzy when it comes to groups like BAP, January, and EXID, February, in the same year, with some still considering them part of the second generation. A handful even stretch back to 2011 groups, but most agree that 2012 marks the official start. What makes up the third generation? One of the most remarkable transformations was K-pop's international breakthrough, with BTS at the forefront. While Korean artists had fans worldwide before, this era saw global media finally taking notice of the genre. BTS, with their dynamic performances and relatable music, played a pivotal role in K-pop's ascent on the international stage. They shattered records, topped charts, and became household names around the world, making K-pop a global phenomenon. Their success not only opened doors for other K-pop acts, but also showcased the power of dedicated fan communities. Moreover, the third generation marked a turning point in K-pop's musical evolution. While American influences had been present in the genre before, it now began to develop a unique identity of its own. K-pop became synonymous with a fusion of varied musical styles, from pop and hip-hop to R&B and EDM. This diversification allowed K-pop to appeal to a broader and more diverse global audience. The international breakthrough. The Hallyu wave, often dubbed the Korean wave, has been all the rage, sweeping global audiences off their feet. This cultural phenomenon, encompassing K-pop and K-dramas, actually began its journey in the earlier generations of K-pop. Still, it truly skyrocketed during the second generation. The real game changer came during the third generation, when a certain boy group named BTS emerged. This septet didn't just ride the Hallyu wave, they practically created a tsunami. Their music and magnetic personalities struck a chord with fans worldwide, propelling K-pop to international stardom. Today's global superstar, BTS, didn't catapult to fame overnight. Their journey began at a rather slow pace back in 2013. Their initial songs and albums didn't exactly set the charts ablaze. It wasn't until 2014, with their third album, School Love Affair, they secured the top spot on Korean charts. But the big breakthrough didn't happen until 2015, when they won their first music show trophy with I Need You, landing in third place on Billboard's World Digital Songs Sales charts. While BTS had tasted success before with albums like Wings in October 2016, it was in 2017 that their global dominance became crystal clear. In May, something extraordinary happened. BTS clinched the Top Social Artist Award at the 24th Billboard Music Awards. This monumental victory marked the first time a K-pop group had ever snagged a Billboard Award. The musical development. In the earlier K-pop generations, it's fair to say that they were a bit like classic pop, heavily influenced by American music. But then, in the second generation, something exciting started to happen. The experimentation bug bit them. This laid down some pretty solid groundwork for what was to come. Now, when the third generation rolled around, K-pop wasn't just settling for classic pop anymore. No. It began to embrace a wild mix of musical genres: techno, rock, tropical house, you name it. It was like a musical buffet where they picked the best bits from everywhere. The rise of survival shows. Back in the second generation of K-pop, some bands like 2PM, 2AM, VIX, and Big Bang were born from what you could call survival shows. But those shows were more like documentaries, giving us a peek into how these groups prepared for their big debut. Now fast forward to the third generation, and things really started heating up. YG Entertainment unleashed Win, Who Is Next, and from this fiery competition, the boy group Winner emerged. This was just the start of an epic wave of survival shows that swept through K-pop, birthing some of today's most popular acts. Let's take a look at a few examples. 2013, Win, Who Is Next, Winner. 2014, Mix and Match, iKON. Kara Project, scouting a new member for Kara. 2014 to 2015, No Mercy, Monsta X. 2015, 16, The Birth of Twice. As you can see, these survival shows kept rolling one after the other. Why, you ask? Well, they're not just entertaining for viewers, they're also a win-win for the record labels. Participants in these shows gather fans early on, which means the new group usually kicks off with a ready-made fan base, supporting them right from the start. In the world of K-pop, the third generation undeniably left an indelible mark. With iconic groups like BTS, EXO, and many others leading the charge, it's easy to argue that it might be the best generation ever. The global reach, musical diversity, and cultural impact achieved during this era are simply remarkable. However, K-pop's charm lies in its constant evolution. Each generation brings its unique magic, and the debate over the best generation will likely continue. What's clear is that K-pop remains an unstoppable force, thrilling fans worldwide. What's your take on it? Don't forget to like and comment on our channel to join the conversation.